Most brands rely on the same old, tired agency model. Just ads, just creatives, just email, and that's why they're stalled, or that's probably why you're stalling and you're not going through the plateau of where you want to be. We built something different, right? We called it the engine room marketing, right? Now, only our clients and our own brands, because recently as a marketing company acquired a few brands, are using it. And it's the reason why they're scaling and why everyone else or you could be flightlining right now. So before you ask yourself, who even is this person talking in on my YouTube channel, my name is Sebastian Sanchez, and over the last nearly 6 years now, we've generated over $500 million in client revenue. That's 560 million to kind of be, well, not to be exact, but just more than that, for more than 70 brands. And I am now deciding to make some content because I feel like we've got too much experience, too much knowledge for us not to be able to do so. Hopefully you stick around and watch some more of our videos. So if you're watching this, you've probably tried at least one of these, right? You've probably hired a paid ads agency, you ran some ads yourself with a freelancer maybe, sent out lots of emails, spent thousands on content, spent thousands optimizing your site because you probably realized at a later date that your website is important. It's surprising to me how many people that I speak to on a daily basis as brand owners just kind of like don't put importance on the CRO, or you're just not using a proven growth marketing system, which is crazy. So without an all-star approach, you're always going to struggle scaling to that next level and kind of like going through that plateau. So what to not do to get past your plateau is have no actual marketing plan. You're a business owner. Without a marketing plan, you just essentially make it 10 times harder for yourself for you to be able to scale. So what you want to do if you want to scale past your plateau and break those PBs, which is personal bests, is have an engine room marketing approach. So what does success look like when we're talking about engine room marketing, and how can you implement it within your particular business? And the truth is, let me sidetrack a little bit, because I see a lot of brands that only work in particular agencies. You might have just a paid ads agency or creative studio. And the truth is, ads only agencies burn cash. Creative studios without CRO can't scale. And retention, well, most brands don't even think about email until it's too late, like I just said about CRO. So I kept seeing this cycle repeat. And that's why I built a system that connects everything together, which I'm going to go through right now. So engine room marketing, what is it, right? It's broken down into 5 pillars, like I said. And here's the truth. If you want to scale past 7 figures, you can't just rely on one particular channel or one tactic. You need all of these working together in a system, and what we like to call the engine room marketing. Now, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let me go through number 1, which is ads. Now, ads are what I like to call an amplification of your business. So if you have a shit business, ads will amplify the fact that you have a shit business. If you have a great business with a great solid foundation, ads will go and amplify that as well, which makes it easy for you to get a higher return on ads. So ads are essentially a fuel. They bring consistent traffic and new customers every single day, but ads alone don't scale you. Without strong, creative, optimized landing pages and retention, you're just buying clicks and you're not actually building a business. And this is why everything is in conjunction together. And I'm going to carry on going through it all together. The number 2 is ad creative. Ad creative is the ignition. It's what you create for someone to stop scrolling. It's how people pay attention to your brand. It's how you get someone to visualize themselves buying your particular product. However, the problem lies in you not having great content. You can run all the ads in the world, but if your creative doesn't resonate with your audience, your spend goes straight down the drain. Great creative multiplies your ad spend in terms of the ROI, but only if the rest of your system converts and you're able to retain that customer. Number 3 is CRO. So conversion optimization is your engine's efficiency. It's about making sure the traffic you're paying for actually turns into sales. That means your site, your offers, your checkout flow, all optimized. Because without CRO, you're scaling ad spend on a leaky bucket. With it, every pound you spend works harder. It's crazy to me how many brand owners don't understand that you could have the best creatives in the world, you could have the highest click-through rate, but if your website just doesn't convert, no one's going to actually buy from you and you're not going to make any money. Number 4 is email flows. Email is the retention engine. This is where you turn one-time buyer into a repeat buyer, and that's where profit is made. So most brands stop at the first sale. Again, this is a customer journey. So what we've done up until now is with the ad creatives and the ads to be able to bring in new customers, you're essentially paying for the click, which then lands on a website, making sure that your website is completely optimized. And then from there, you then use the email flows to be able to make that person come back and buy from you again and again, which is where the profit is made, like I just mentioned. So flows and campaigns let you increase lifetime value and build a community around your particular brand and make sure every new customer becomes a loyalist. And number 5 is something that I'm actually not going to go in depth with in this particular video. Comment below if you want me to really go in depth in terms of AI. But AI is just a turbocharger. It doesn't replace the fundamentals, it speeds it up. We use AI to ideate creatives faster, analyze data quicker, and streamline testing. That's basically what we use it for on our side. Obviously, a lot more in terms of systemization and stuff. But that means we can move with speed. And one thing that hopefully I carry on making a lot more content, because that's kind of my plan, to be able to share my experience and stuff like that with everything that we're doing. But one thing you will always hear me say all the time is how important speed to execution is in today's market and just today's business world and everything. And also with AI, you're able to outlearn competitors and execute way faster before the market catches up with you. So on their own, each of these pillars will hit a ceiling, and ads without creative burn money, creative without CRO flops, CRO without email is a wasted effort, and without AI, you'll just be too slow to adapt. So I'm going to go through a perfect example of a brand that I just absolutely love in terms of the work that they do, what they produce. And obviously we can go through each one. If you want to comment down below if you want me to go through the actual ads inside and kind of like audit it. I can audit the website, I can audit the ads, I can audit the email flows. But the thing I love about Strathberry, and this brand is called Strathberry, is that they have just different elements in terms of everything of their foundation. They have their ad creatives and their ads, which are just phenomenal in terms of the way, like, them using UGC but in a very, very like aesthetically pleasing way. They have their AI, as you can see here, with the big bag. They have the UGC showing their bestsellers, which is obviously a key way for you to run ads, for you to have a lower CPA. And then obviously from a CRO side, they have their website that is just, I think this website is probably one of the best websites out there, simply because of the value that they show when purchasing the product. So their product ranges from about $500 to about $800. But because of the AOV, you need to be able to teach and show the value to the particular person, to the buyer, as to why they should buy from you. So in this case, in their website, if you go on it, I'll probably get it on the screen here. Alvin, please get it on the screen. That's my editor. As you can see, basically, if you scroll down, they have a feature section, they have a video section, which you can then analyze in terms of being able to identify, okay, cool. I'm going to want to buy this product because it's made in this way. It has these features. The video shows it being made, I think, in a different country. So this is all great stuff that you should have on your website, basically just telling people why they should buy your particular product or why they should pay the amount of money that, it's worth, essentially. And then, they have their email flows, they have their pop-up, which they then take your email, convert it into email flows, into email campaigns, into SMS. I think they're going to do WhatsApp now as well, which is great. And then you have the AI. So as you can see here, this is all working in conjunction, making each pillar of the engine room marketing approach easier. You sell easier, which means you have lower costs, which means you're paying less to acquire a customer, which means more of them are actually buying more, which means more profit at the end of the day. And one thing I want you to realize is, as a company, right, as a marketing company, yes, our biggest priority is sales and our biggest priority is revenue and return. But for me personally, the best thing and the most important thing that we can collect as a marketing company is data. Everything that happens here, for example, with Strathberry, you can see here, it's basically data that gets pulled in, and then we're able to optimize more. So on a weekly basis, we do weekly KPI reviews as a company. We do ads and creative syncs, which make sure that, once we go onto the website, we're able to identify what the super metrics are, which I'm going to talk to you about in a second. Please stay till the end of the video. But using these super metrics, we're able to understand what's going on in terms of what's happening this week in the particular store, why is it increasing, why is it dropping. Then we go and create ad creatives based on that, whether we're testing new angles, whether we're testing a different stage of awareness for the particular brand. And yeah, so then we have CRO audits weekly, so making sure that we're looking at the conversion rate. Is it where it needs to be? Is it at industry standard? Yeah, we have email flow reports and non-stop data-driven strategy and non-stop data-driven optimization, which is what the engine room marketing is all about. Now, the real reason why engine room marketing works is because it's built around the only metrics that actually matter on Shopify when you're looking at your Shopify. The only real metrics that you should look at from a data perspective for you to be able to scale should be returning customer rate, average order value, conversion rate, and obviously revenue, right? Revenue is obviously a given. And now first, conversion rate. If we're looking at conversion rate, which is down here 1.17, if your site doesn't convert traffic into customers, ads in creative are pointless, right? The high costs in purchase that you're paying for on the ad side are completely related to the amount of people that buy from you on your website as visitors, right? We're constantly testing landing pages, offers, and UX to squeeze every single % out of that rate, because even a 1% lift can mean hundreds of thousands more in revenue at scale if you're doing a decent amount already. Number two that we look at is average order value. So ads get expensive, right? So the easiest way to scale profitably is by increasing how much every customer spends per order. So that way you have, have bundles, upsells, free shipping thresholds. This is where CRO and creative strategy connect together. And number three, third is return on customer rate. Scaling just isn't about getting new buyers, it's about keeping them. So if people buy only once, you're stuck in an expensive acquisition treadmill. You have email flows, campaigns, and community building, which are turning buyers into loyalists. And obviously, number four is revenue. This is the ultimate scoreboard, of course. But here's the key. Revenue is just a byproduct of improving the other three, right? So when conversion rate, AOV, and return on customer rate are optimized together, revenue can compound. So yes, guys, this is just an example of a brand that we've worked with for a year now, and you've seen that year to date they're 112 up at $10 million. These guys sell denim, and that's who they are. And the average order value is $93. We're trying to get that up. If we're looking at this, obviously all of them are up, as you can see, 17%, 9%, 15%. But if we're able to increase these ones by like 20%, then they should be seeing really, really good numbers. And that's why the engine room marketing works. It's not random tactics. It's a system where ads, creative, CRO, and email are all pulling in from the 5 levers at the same time. And because we track them daily and weekly and monthly, we're in constant optimization mode as a company and as a team. That's how you break through plateaus and scale to 7 figures and beyond. So at the end of the day, here's the bottom line. Most brands stall because they're missing out on the 5 growth levers. Engine room marketing connects them all: ads, creative, CRO, and email, like I've said, into one system that never stops optimizing around your core Shopify metrics, which I've just mentioned right now. And let me shoot my shot, because this is why essentially I am doing this. But if you want this executed for your brand, click the link below. You'll get taken to our website where you can then book a call with myself. Any calls that are being booked from YouTube will come and see me personally as a strategist. I myself am a marketer for the last 7 years that I am the creative strategist for all of our brands. And on that call, we will show exactly how we can build a system inside your business. And finally, if you'd like me to send you the full breakdown of the mirror board I just walked through on here, hopefully you see it, drop a comment below and I'll send it your way. And if you've got to this far, I would suggest you take a look at this video here, because it's probably a cool one. And subscribe, comment, and all that jazz you guys know. See you later. Peace.